Well, boys, we hit the jackpot this time.
What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to another weekly market breakdown on none other than US30. So without further ado, let's get into this video, and I'm going to overall give my predictions on what I'm expecting for this week's price action, and just give you guys an overall analysis and just a personal hypothesis on what I personally think is going to happen this week. So with that being said, let's get right into the video. So first things first, we're going to start off on the higher time frames, such as the weekly and the monthly. So as you can see, based off the monthly time frame, we have been in this overall consolidation. Based off the higher time frames, we have been consolidating. Once we tapped into, I would say I say 37,000. Once we tapped into 37,000, from here, price has just been ranging and overall moving downward. So overall, I still think there's a potential chance that price could potentially come a little bit lower. But based off of this fib that I've had drawn for a long ass time now, after price tapped into 32,500 down here and tapped into the 62% and then filled in this gap that we have right in here, the gap got filled, and from there price has just been slowly moving bullish and getting that upwards momentum. We also have, after we had this false break of these weekly lows right here, price immediately started to lose that momentum and started to push to the top side. And as you can see, I had this arrow drawn all the way down from about 2 weeks ago when I was expecting price to be bullish, and as you can see, now price is starting to get that push. I'm going to take this fib off because I do think we're going to be pushing higher, and in my personal predictions, I want to see price get into around that 28,000 area in the next coming weeks. I don't have an exact date, but overall I think 38,000 is going to be our next target long term. Might not be this week, might not be next week, might be next month, might be in 2 months, but overall this is where my analysis and where my target is going to be for a long-term basis. So now we're going to move on to the daily time frame. The past few weeks we have been moving pretty bullishly, and I am keeping in mind this swing high. I'm going to pull this fib, and we're currently within this area where there's a potential chance that price is going to slowly have a retracement. I personally don't think when we reject this fib is going to be a long-term move and keep on moving all the way down to potentially 32,000. I think we're probably going to have a drop to maybe 34,000 to 33,000, and then from here potentially push back higher. So as we are in this fib and we are approaching this last up candle right here, so this daily bearish order block, I do think that there's a potential chance that when the market opens later on today, there will be a chance that price will have a drop coming into early in this week, and then towards the end of the week I want to see price continue on that higher time frame bias. But overall, I'm still going to be long-term bullish, short-term bearish if we do start to reject this area in here, because if you even look at this on the weekly perspective, we have these last two up candles right here also in this area. So we just got a few things to be mindful of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this arrow just like this, because I do know that there's a potential chance that price could drop from here. So that's basically what I have on the higher time frame analysis. And then everything from 4 hour and under, I don't really look at the 4 hour, honestly. I know a lot of people might get mad at that, but me personally, I just don't see a point in me checking the 4 hour when I could just check the daily, the weekly, and then go onto my intraday chart, such as the 15-minute to the hourly. But with that being said, now we're going to come down to the 15-minute time frame, and we're going to look at our intraday bias. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up the previous day's high, previous day's low, just like that, previous day's highs and lows. And why do I do this? Because I know that if price is going to be bullish, there's a high chance that we might get a retracement and then continue pushing towards the high. But if we're bearish, then there's a high chance that price is going to make a run for the previous day's low. But in my opinion, based off a higher time frame, like I said, I am going to be bullish, so I'm going to be targeting the previous day's high right up here. So now that we have overall target, we're gonna have What's going on, guys? So before you keep on watching the video, I just wanted to tell you guys about this opportunity that I have for you guys. So as of recently, I have been getting a lot of questions and comments and concerns about whether or not I do one-on-one mentorship. I personally do not do one-on-one mentorship, but I do have mentorship now, which I decided because you guys have been asking for it for a while now. So what will I be providing? I will be providing daily live stream access and mentorship every single day, where I will teach you everything that I know and I will guide you from zero to hero. And along with that, I will be giving you live trade analysis, and you will know all of my trades taken live real time. So With that being said, the price of it right now is $100 a month, but the price is not going to be like that for long. After the first 100 people join, I will be having the price go up, so make sure you take advantage while you can. And now you can finish watching the video. Our areas marked up that we are potentially looking at price to tap into. So we have 35,000 right up here, which is going to be a target in my opinion for this upcoming week. Why? Because this is a big figure level. Then we also do have 34,900 right above there also, and that could be an easy level. We have 34,500 down here, which is going to be another potential level the price to react off of. Then we also have 600 and 700 level that I'm not going to mark up currently. Then all the way down here I'm going to mark up our 34,200. Why? Because this 34,200 is all the way at the previous day's low, so there is a chance that price could come all the way back down here. But based off of this, what am I going to do? I'm going to use a fib from this previous day's high and the previous day's low, and I'm going to map out a potential retracement price could potentially have. So boom, boom, we have this potential retracement. Now let's look for more confluences in this specific area now. So we have, for one, we have 34,400, which is a big figure level, so we're going to keep that in mind. We also have right in here, I wouldn't say 34,300 because it is kind of lower, so I'm going to keep the 34,400 in mind. So now that we have this fib drawn from the previous day's low to the previous day's high, and we have our big figure levels marked up, let's look for potential areas where price is going to look for a retracement to. So what am I going to look for? I'm going to look for support resistance. So now that we have the big figure levels, that's one form. We're going to look for potential order blocks and breaker blocks. So we're going to slowly go to these higher time frames. And one thing I do notice, if we have this 4-hour last down candle before this up move right here, that's one that I'm going to keep in mind. I don't really see any other clear ones besides this breaker block I do see over there, so I'm going to keep that in mind. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up this breaker block right here. Why is this a breaker block? Because this was originally an order block that then got broken through right here. So it was an order block, it was respected, came down, but then later on in price came up and pushed right past it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this, and I'm going to also refine it with using the 50% on the fib, because this is a pretty wide area. So now we see that 50% is also in confluence with this 70.50% and also in confluence with 34,400. So now we have an area with higher confluence that we could potentially look for retracements to and from. Now I'm going to go to that higher time frame fib. Not higher time frame fib, higher time frame on the chart. Go to this 4-hour, mark up that breaker block I was previously talking about, the order block, my fault. We're going to come back lower, and we're going to move it out also. So you also see that the high of this order block is right in here in this area also. So this is going to be an area, in my opinion, where I think price is going to likely have a specific reaction. It might not be a long-term reaction, but nonetheless, at this area, I'm going to be looking for a reaction. So from 34,400 to around, I'm going to say, to the high of the order block, which is at 34,368. I think there's going to be a potential retracement to this area, and if not a retracement to this area, where is price likely to retrace to? So we all know that just because these fib levels are here doesn't mean it's going to respect it. It can easily come down to this 38.20%, which is also in confluence with this 34,600 level. So we have a big figure level. I wouldn't say it's identical with it, but it's pretty damn close. This is about a 25 pip difference, so that could easily just be a wick. So now we're going to look for any areas in here that price could potentially retrace into. We do have these small order blocks in there, but personally I'm not going to mark those up because I think there's a higher chance that price is going to make this run for that 34,000 to 34,368 level, and that's personally what I'm expecting. So in my opinion, I would want to see price start to roll over into this area, and then from here potentially start to push to the top side. So this is overall what I'm expecting for US30. Nonetheless, like I said, I am short-term bearish because we are in that area on the higher time frame that price is likely to potentially see this reaction, because also keeping in mind we're trading into 34,800 right over here. So we're trading into 34,800 big figure level at this fib short in these higher time frame order blocks, bearish order blocks. So I do think, like I said, short-term bearish for long-term bullish. So I do think we will fall, and once we fall, I'm going to be looking for ideal long situations from this 34,000 area. So with that being said, this is overall what I personally think is going to be happening with US30 this week. Simple analysis, clean and simple. It can change when the market opens, but this is overall what I'm expecting as of right now. Things change. There's going to be news events, and actually let me go over the news events that are going to be happening this week. I'm going to check them right now. So while I'm checking them, I'm actually going to show you guys how I usually check them. So just like this, I'm going to show you guys. I'm on here. So what I do is I'm on my effects book right now. We're going to go to this week. And as you can see, it tells you all the days that we're expecting news. So Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So these are going to be the days with the most volatility. And as you can see, Thursday, there's a lot of news. 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 8:30, 9:45. That's going to be when all the news happens. And mind you, this is all high impact news. That's the only news I personally care about. Why? Because the higher the impact, the more likely there's going to be changes in the market volatility. So the more news, the more likely there's going to be more traders trading at that time, meaning more volatility, meaning more momentum. And that's what we like to trade. We need that to trade as traders. We want momentum, because the more momentum, the more likely you'll be able to get in and out of your trade without getting caught inside of consolidation. So Monday we have news, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. So keep that all in mind. Take a screenshot of this. Me personally, I'm gonna write it on my whiteboard. I have a whiteboard right over here. So if you can see here, if I go full screen for you guys real quick. Don't know why it's not showing the charts in the background. There you go. But I have full screen right here. So if you can see this empty spot right here, this is usually where I write all of my, drop the eraser, but this is where I write all the news for the upcoming week. So with that being said, guys, this is all I really have for you guys today. Now that you guys seen the news events, what we're expecting news wise, and overall what I'm expecting US30 and price action wise, like I said, short-term bearish, long-term bullish. We will see what happens. Things change. I will keep you guys updated. I'm live every single day, so if you want to see me take these trades live, make sure you tune in every single morning at 9 a.m. EST. I'm live for about an hour, hour and a half, depending on if I catch a trade or not. But with that being said, like, comment, subscribe if you didn't already. Like the video, share with a friend if you found it helpful. Stay motivated by the fear of being average. I'll see you guys in the next video.